To start, you got a couple minutes to share 5-star in this journey that you have been on.
Okay. Wow. This has been an incredible journey the last few months. It's been really wild, but I'm going to kind of go opposite for just a second. We had a mastermind group this morning, and as I was hearing just people talk, you know, I think some people came into THREE and they zoomed and soared, and I think some people came in and they didn't really know what to do. What's up, what's down, where are we? And listening to everybody's story in the mastermind group, we talked about, you know, like the mom that sits her kid in the corner and says, sit in the corner. And the little kid's smiling really big. And she goes, why are you smiling? I set you in the corner. And he says, well, because I'm standing up on the inside. And I think that there are people that your rank isn't what you are on the inside. Does that make sense? Because on the inside, you're so much more right here today. And, you know, in 2002, I made it to the very top of another company, another platform. And during that run, we had to do all these breakaways. Like, you would break away and then you'd have to go build another team and break away and build another team. And I had to build what would be equivalent to 12 4-star elite leagues. Those 12 4-star elite leagues all had to have 6. And everybody had to be done at the same time. I mean, it was stressful. And so I had somebody that at the last minute quit. And we were getting ready to go into this qualification time. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? And so I went through my reports and I found this one person with a glimmer of hope. And she lived in Arkansas. And I needed her within a week to recruit 8 qualified people. I mean, just to kind of give you guys an idea, she had no experience, and I thought, I have this one chance, I have one shot. And so I called her on the phone, and I was like, listen, have you ever wanted to build a network marketing, a big business? How about, like, we take you to a leader in 30 days? And so she said, okay. And so I got up early in the morning. I drove 8 hours to this little podunk town in Arkansas. I pulled up. She doesn't have like a driveway. It's everything that they say about Arkansas, right? Not you, Dr. Baker, but like the jokes, like the Jeff Foxworthy. You might be an Arkansas F. You might be a redneck F. In the backyard, there's all these rabbits. So she had like all these cages and cages of rabbits. But I had drove all through the night. I get there, and she's going to do this event for me. And she said, she said, Jeet yet? And I was like, what? And she said, Jeet yet? And I'm like, what? Jeet yet? Did you eat yet? And I made the grave error of saying, no, I didn't. And she said, well, we have this rabbit farm, and we got some fresh ones, and let me just, you know, fry this up for you. And I knew the importance of eating what was ever in front of you with an individual you're trying to build a relationship with. So she's like cooking this rabbit, and I ate the rabbit, and it tastes just like chicken. But it had a little fur. No, I'm kidding. I kept thinking that. I was like, I would take a bite, and on the inside, I'm like, but you do what you gotta do. But the reason why I tell that story is because, you know, I moved out of that company. It was my passion. It was everything I lived for. Like, I couldn't get enough of it. Like, I would do things other people wouldn't do to win, and I just couldn't stop. And I moved over to another platform, and all the time I would say, something's missing. And I literally would say to people, I don't have the energy within me or the drive that I would drive through the night and eat rabbit anymore. Like, something's missing. I don't know if that makes sense. And I kept thinking, what's missing? And so then whenever I moved to my next platform, that's where I met Daniel, and we would go on the road and we would do all these events, and Daniel would say to me over and over again, if you would just like work like you work now, like for like a year at a time instead of like 6 weeks and then you stop, and 6 weeks and you stop, and like you're really good when you go. And I can remember thinking, I wish I could, but there's something missing, and I can't find it. And so I want to fast forward this, and I'm going to say this super fast, but this is for the person sitting in the room that you don't really know quite what you're in yet. Like, I think you know today, but maybe you didn't know coming here. And so whenever we flew to Las Vegas, man, I thought they were like giving us new cars. I thought we were getting a raise. I thought we had bought another company. Like, I had just earned a Defender. I just earned $150,000 in bonuses. And I'm like going in like, man, this is going to be good. And I found out that the company had changed, and I was the person in the back of the room that, like, my face was purple and I blew my nose. Like, this guy gave me a hanky, like, sitting next to me, he gave me a hanky. And I'm like, what do you do after you blow your nose on somebody else's hanky? But I'm like, I put it in my backpack. So anyway, I had a really difficult time, to be honest. I told Samson that, and he said I could tell. But here's the deal. If I needed one more person right now today, for the first time in 12 years, I would get in a car and I would drive through the night to Arkansas. I would eat rabbit. I would act like I love it. Does that make sense? Like it's back. And it's not something you can buy. It's not something tangible. But when you've got it, you got it. You don't quite know what it is, but it's there. It's everywhere. And this company is